It's only natural to wonder, what do I do now? I listened to everyone. I went to school. I got good grades. I dedicated myself. Will this mean I'll automatically be successful? Will a job come to me, look for me, give me the opportunity? I'll walk in and will it be fulfilling? No. If all you're doing is waiting for a door to open up, you've made a mistake. You got to grab it by the hinges and rip it off and open up doors yourself. You've got to desire more than a paycheck. You've got to enter into a workplace with a mindset that I came to make an impact. I came to find my meaning, my purpose, to follow my passion.
Because to not make a decision, it also has a cost. And sometimes the cost of not making a decision is far worse than the cost of making a decision, even if the decision is risky. And so one of the things you can derive from that, and this is very useful, I think, is that contemplate your mortality, so to speak. You're screwed no matter what you do. And that actually frees you, is that you have path A that has catastrophes, and you have path B that has catastrophes, and you don't get to have the no catastrophe path, but you get to pick which one. And that's really something, because if you know that there's terrible risk associated with everything that you do and don't do, then you can afford to take some risks. Despite the fact that your life is essentially catastrophic, you can make a covenant with the highest ideal, and that will take you through it the best way possible.
We aren't happy because we're living in a time that is done. We aren't happy because we're trying to change something that can't be changed. We aren't happy because we're still hoping and wishing things can go back to how they used to be and how they were. It is impossible to move forward with your life. It's impossible to move on with your life if you are still trying to recreate something and go back to a time that is done. And a lot of us are what we're doing, we're hoping and praying to bring things back in our life that aren't good for us.
Everybody on the face of this planet wants something. From California to Boston to New York to Atlanta to Florida, you can go to somebody and say, hey man, what do you want? Man, I want this. I want a house for my family. I want this much money in the bank. I want to crush it in my... Everybody wants something. It's like that quote that says, everybody wants to win, but everybody doesn't have the will to prepare to win. Everybody wants the victory, right? Everybody wants it, right? The question that changed, it was no longer about what do you want? Now it's about what are you willing to go through in order to get it?
Your dreams are too big, too important, too valuable, too impactful in the lives of others for you to just settle. You gotta believe that there's some reason you were brought here. You are not a robot. You are not to follow the path that is pre-programmed by others. You're supposed to look at the script and rewrite the ending the way you want. There's more to what you've been called to do than acceptance. You've come to make disturbance into the atmosphere. The earth should know that there's something different about your arrival.
I would say that not only do you want to stop being scared and do that thing that you don't know if you can do or not, but you know what you got to do is you got to start taking the steps now. Because when you're 18 years old, your life seems like it's gonna last forever. And I will tell you right now, it's not gonna last forever. And those years go by like a summer's day. And the next thing you know, you look up and you're 36 years old, or you're 44 years old. And that time's gone. You cannot get it back. You cannot get time back. So those dreams that you have, those goals that you have, don't put them off another second. Not 1 second. Get on them. And go out and make them happen starting right now.
Happiness is not an external thing, it's an inside job. Stop depending on things outside of you to make you happy. Stop depending on things outside of you to give you peace. Stop depending on things outside of you to give you joy. Stop depending on things outside of you to make you love yourself. Those things are an inside job. Happiness comes from within. You shouldn't be dependent on something or someone to give you something that you should be giving yourself.
Because you are different. You're so uniquely different that there is absolutely nothing like you to ever be born unless you decide to carbon copy yourself after someone else. You gotta get up. You gotta desire. You gotta justify the reason why you were given all these gifts. And the only way to do it is if you gotta put yourself through the grind. You gotta find out if I go through the fires of life, will I come out as gold? Or is everything that I'm made of wood, stubble, and hay? Am I only standing because others have held me up? Or have I gotten a backbone that everything that I've gone through have made me strong and firm?
Because they've already said no to themselves. See, it's time now. If you want to make this your decade, you've got to start saying yes to your life. You've got to start saying yes to your dreams, yes to your unfolding future, yes to your potential. As opposed to saying no. See, 87% of our self-talk is negative. So you've got to make a conscious, deliberate, determined effort to say yes to your dreams. Why not? Why not me? Don't spend time like most people going through life complaining.
You have to realize you are one of a kind. Do something with it. Become something with it. Stand out in such a way that there is a legacy. And that legacy is a thing that lingers so that your children can look up to you and admire. You got to think about, if this is the last play, this is my senior year, this is it for me. Will you leave that legacy? Will anyone ever remember that you were number 36, 44, or whatever your number is? Will they know that your name? Will they know that your name mattered? The name on the front is the team. The name on the back is you. What will you become? What legacy will you leave? What matters most to you in life? It ought to be about the legacy. It ought to be about making sure that you became more with what you had than anyone thought possible.